Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in today's video, I am over it, I am done, I am sick of these bathroom designs. Most of you agree with me, but we're trying to change the world here and get the message out. We're spreading it, we're sharing it, all about these terrible, tragic, and disaster designs that just need to go because the bathroom needs to be a place to luxuriate and get looking good and gorgeous, whatever. So the first thing we have to talk about is the vessel sink. You know I don't like vessel sinks. And I think there is a fine line between what you do in a primary bathroom or like a hall bath, a guest bath, kids bath, whatever, and a powder bathroom. So a powder bathroom you can get away with a lot more because it's kind of like you're basically you use the restroom, you wash your hands, and you leave. You're not getting ready, you're not getting dressed, you're not doing your hair and makeup in that bathroom, so it's a little bit different. You can have a vessel sink in there, and that kind of works, it's okay. I think depending on the type of vessel sink, it could look a little dated. Sometimes it looks good if you do like a stone moment, that could be very chic, but you know, reserve that for a powder bathroom. In a primary bathroom, no, absolutely not. I don't like this for a couple of reasons. One is that the countertop level where the vessel sink sits has to be lowered in order for it to be at a correct position to use it. If you put it on a normal, like a 36-inch high vanity, the thing is gonna be like way high. It's gonna be up at like 42 inches, like 4 feet off the ground. Are you kidding me to wash your hands? No. So the countertop has to be lowered, which means the countertop is lower. So everything is like hunched down over. I don't like that. And I also don't like a vessel sink because, you know, it has these like sides on it where things can get, and I just know I as a person would be losing stuff all the time. I'd like, you know, do my nails, like set the nail clippers down and they'd be like right under the sink, and then I'd be like, where'd I put them? Where'd they go? And I'd have to go hunt around the house and they're right there in front of me. Also, it's kind of weird for me that, you know, like your soap dispenser, for example, is gonna be sitting on the counter next to the vessel sink at the same level as the height of it. So now it's like, we're going here to here to, I just don't like that. I don't think it's a great design. I think it was something different for the sake of it. I think it was extra for the sake of it. And you don't have to do that. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. It was very, very trend driven to be the newest and latest thing, not a timeless design element. So I think there's something to be said for that. And it is kind of inspired by like, you know, an antique basin situation where it's like, yeah, you had like a piece of furniture with a stone top and then a bowl of water on top of it where you wash your hands and bathe yourself. But this is not the Victorian age, darling. Okay, we have plumbing, so we don't need that. I don't want my bathroom to look like that. Vessel sinks get a chop from me because I don't like them. I don't think you need to have a vessel sink. A powder room can have one and they can look good. You could get stone, travertine, some interesting hammered copper moment, or a glass piece that could be cool. It could look good and I approve of that. But in your main bathroom, we don't need it. Now, no matter what bathroom you have in your home, if you have one, you have two, you have 10 or 20 or 15, I love that for you, darling, I am at your service. I do offer my genius to anyone out there who is in need of my services, and you can book a one-on-one consultation with me using the link in the description box down below or going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. No, in all seriousness, sometimes it makes sense when you're doing a bathroom renovation or something really expensive in your home to just spend a little bit of time with a professional in that field to get a good bearing on things. No renovation in your home is inexpensive, which is why we're talking about these things so people can avoid putting them into their house to have to redo it all later. And that's why, you know, booking a consultation is great. But something else that you have to consider in your bathroom is how you use it, how you live in it, and also the long term, the durability, and the ability to fix a problem if something goes wrong. The next thing we have to talk about is one of those. That's wall-mounted faucets. I don't personally like them because if something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, everything is behind the wall. Okay, there's no like, oh yeah, look under the sink and see if something is wrong with it. You know, we need to tighten a screw, or oh, is something loose? No, there's just water spilling behind your wall. You don't know about it until, I don't know, tile starts falling off the wall, until, you know, you can smell the mold building up. I don't like that. It seems very problematic to me. And you know, with like a shower, for example, that's how, you know, they're built. The plumbing is behind the wall, and that's where you tend to see issues. So why are you expanding on that even further? I don't like the wall mounted faucet for that reason. I think they look beautiful, they look stunning, they look gorgeous, but you know, you might have a problem with that. And the other thing to think about or remember is there is a reachability factor there. When something is on the wall like that, you know, if your kids are using a bathroom and the faucet is on the wall, they now are gonna have an issue reaching that because kids are little. So they need to have a step stool, they need to have, you know, like a footstool, whatever you're using to get the kids up to the height where they're washing their hands. Now they have to lean all the way over the sink. It's an entirely other thing. It's just more dramatic than I think it needs to be. I'm okay with these because, like I said, they look good. You also really have to consider the depth of the faucet and the placement of your sink. I see it all of the time where somebody is like, yes, I have to have this, I want it so bad, and they have their plumber come in and they do it and they put it in and everything, and then once the water is connected and they turn it on, they realize like, oh, wait a second, there's like a 1-inch clearance between where the water goes into the sink and the back of the sink. So you're likely to get all of the water on your countertop if you're not getting something that really protrudes from the wall, a faucet. So you have to be careful. You have to test that out before you have all of the plumbing placed and installed so you know what you're doing. You might be able to have a sink moved back a little bit further on a piece of countertop, but at the same time you have issues with that as well. So it really takes a lot of thought and planning to make this really work in your home. It's something worth considering or thinking about, I guess, but at the same time, think about what sort of issues can come from this. You know, this is something that is, but it isn't trend driven. It's not the first time we're ever seeing this in the history of the world. It's just something that we are definitely seeing come back a lot and people are liking. It does look good. You know, like I said, I'll be honest about it. It looks good, but there is an issue there. Something we try to do often with, you know, in a new build home or with major renovations with plumbing and bathrooms is allow an access panel so we can get into the wall and see what's happening there. You can check it every couple of months to make sure there's no leak or anything. Sometimes you have valves to turn on water to specific rooms or areas, and that can be really beneficial too, to put an access panel in to view what's happening in the wall. You might be able to do that inside of your vanity so you can really see what's going on, because like I said, if something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, you're gonna wanna know about it. And if anybody can guess what movie that is from, bonus points to you in the comment section down below. Let's talk about one of my most viral videos and rants that everybody loves, and I literally get comments about to this day. I will link the video right here. That's about floating vanities. Floating vanities and I do not have a good relationship. I'm not gonna say I'm traumatized by them, but they definitely are traumatized by me because I went off on them. I don't like floating vanities because it doesn't look like it's got the correct support. Like, it looks like it's gonna fall off the wall. Like, there's nothing underneath it holding it up. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, I have said that I like floating vanities when they are like connected on a wall, or there's like a waterfall edge countertop on them and it's open underneath. That makes sense to me. That looks good to me. There's proper support there. But I recently watched a interior design television show where a vanity was falling off the wall in a bathroom, and they were like, oh yeah, you know, that happens, it has to be fixed. I'm sorry, is that normal? Like, is that just something people accept? Vanities, like the thing in your bathroom just falling off the wall? I don't accept that. I don't like it. Vanities need to have support. They need to have feet on them, because why wouldn't they? And people are like, oh, it makes your bathroom look bigger. Like what does that even mean? Like, are you walking underneath it? There's a vanity there. You see what I mean? It makes no sense to me. There are some people that really like it because you have extra space there. They can put a little basket, a laundry hamper, they can put their bathroom scale, or they can slide the step stool for the kids underneath it. That's really cool, but at the same time, you could get a vanity with like tall feet that would do the same thing. And I also think it looks a little unnatural to just have some big thing like projecting off of the wall. So I think if it's a built-in space where you have a wall on either side, that makes sense for a floating vanity. And honestly, it looks really good when you do that. So it's something to consider doing in a bathroom. But for me, if it's not connected to anything, if it's free floating, like you can see both sides of it or even just one side of it, it does not need to be floating. It needs to have feet. It needs to be on the floor. It needs to be like supported, okay? And I also would say that a floating vanity, it was definitely a trend for a certain time period. So it's starting to look like very 2019 to me, which, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it was still like 5 years ago. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of moving on from it. It's not necessary to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do it because the wheel is round for a reason. So, furniture with feet have feet because, like, it supports it. So like maybe you do that for your countertop and your vanity in your bathroom too. I also would say that you could maybe get away with a small floating vanity in a powder room. You know, maybe you make it a little more shallow than the standard like 24-inch deep cabinet. But, you know, I think there's a fine line there. It's got to be something that's a little bit petite and makes sense in the space. Maybe it's just a floating countertop or like a porcelain sink basin type thing. That's cool too. But, you know, just be careful what you're doing in there because it could look really bad. It could be dated very quickly, and I'd hate to see that happen in your bathroom. I'd also hate to see your literal vanity fall off the wall. Okay, that's not normal. That's not correct, and we want to avoid that. I will always tell you like it is. That is a promise I have made, and I am dedicated to spilling the tea and telling you the truth, which is why if you've made it this far in the video, do not be fake with me, honey. Hit the subscribe button, join us, become a part of the LeChic family, get the truth that no one else is telling you, because I will always keep it real with you. That's who I am as a person, and I would love for you to become a part of the LeChic family by hitting that subscribe button and giving this video a like. It's time for a little bit more truth that you may not be prepared to hear, but honey, you need to hear it from somebody. I don't like open showers. I don't like them. I don't like them because they are open, and I don't like that. Open showers are interesting to me. So I love design, and I like to view design that's all over the world in different places. And in Europe, a wet room is extremely common. It's very popular because, of course, it's easier to clean. Like everything is one room. Like the toilet is just in the shower, which has the sink in it because it's like one fully tiled room. And I think that works in, you know, a smaller space, a more compact area, because you don't have the same type of airflow and stuff happening, and, you know, it's one floor that's, you know, one floor, and it's all the shower floor. So it makes a little bit of sense to me. I don't personally like that because I feel like I would get out of the shower and be like, okay, it's time to dry off, but then the whole floor is wet and you wouldn't be able to dry off your feet, so then you leave the bathroom, but then if you want to go into the bathroom to finish getting ready, the floor is all wet. So I don't personally like that for me. Okay, maybe that works for you. Be sure you share with me in the comment section down below because you know I love to hear about design from all over the world. In the US, most of us have a little thing called air conditioning, especially here in Las Vegas where I live. It gets very hot. So I like to not be hot in my house. We have air conditioning. When I'm in the shower, if there's no shower door and the air conditioning comes on, I am going to get frozen, okay? I'm already wet everywhere, and then to have like just cold air blowing on me, in what universe is that anyone's fantasy? Although it might be yours, honey, that's your personal business. I don't like that. So I want a shower door, maybe a shower curtain. I'm not the biggest fan of a shower curtain. You know, I talk about that all the time because I don't want to touch it. I don't want it to touch me. I don't want to have to deal with it's like folded up. I have to stretch it out because then it's going to get like mold on it. Like that, it's too much for me. I also don't love an open shower because water gets out of the shower. It gets everywhere. So now I have water spots on the floor, on the side of the tub, or the shower surround or whatever. Like, I just don't like that. I don't see why I would go out of my way to make a bigger problem for myself. And I would also say that you have to be the judge of character with how designer, how built, how luxurious a bathroom is, whether or not it warrants the cost of a shower door. Yeah, and you know, I have gotten comments from people that have kids that are like, you know what, we had the sliding glass doors, but when the kids are in the tub, they'll go and like hide on the other side of the tub behind the glass doors, and then when you slide them back, they'll go and hide on the other side to like get out of, I don't know, being bathed. And it's actually kind of hilarious, and I do like that I got to laugh at that, so I love that for you. But, you know, maybe this glass shower door doesn't work for you, so you don't have that and you have a shower curtain. There has been a massive trend that we need to address. It needs to come to an end because it is the real pandemic, let's be honest. The trend is no bathtubs. No bathtubs. People are taking the bathtub out of their primary bathroom and doing these like car wash style massive 10-person showers. I don't have 10 people in my shower. Now, I can imagine that's a good time for you, but I believe in bathtubs. I think bathrooms should have bathtubs, especially primary bathrooms. If I'm paying the bills around here, okay, if I'm keeping the roof over our heads, I better have every option available. I better have a bathtub, I better have a shower, there better be a sink. There better be 2 sinks, okay? I want my own. I'm paying the bills, I get to have what I want. Do not get rid of a bathtub in your bathroom thinking that, oh, it's just dated, bathtubs are out, nobody uses bathtubs. Nobody uses bathtubs except for the people that use them, and they want a bathtub. In a primary bathroom, a person wants to have a bathtub and a separate shower. Now, obviously, some homes that are older, maybe they have a little bit of quirk to them, don't always have a massive, expansive primary bathroom. Like maybe you're in a vintage home and it's, like a home from the 50s or 60s, might not have that. And that's okay. You could do something really great there. You could do an alcove bath that's extra deep, that is jetted or something to give you that luxury feeling. And I think that works. But so often, so often, even with flippers and new home builders, I see bathrooms that are made to be like super luxurious and beautiful, $1 million homes, multi-million dollar homes that have no bathtub. And what I will also say is most of these bathrooms you see that are like really big and have these giant showers usually have enough room to have the giant shower and a bathtub, okay? So I don't want to hear any excuses. Okay, I don't like that, and I don't believe you. So I think that a bathtub could go into a bathroom like this, for example. They could find a way. They could move the shower door, they could put it against a wall, whatever. And if you're going to the expense of redoing a bathroom completely like this and getting rid of all of this and that, you could add like a basic little water line and a drain for a bathtub. Get with your plumber, talk about what's possible, what's doable, what is capable of happening in this bathroom, and then let's do it. Let's knock it out. Let's get a bathtub in here. And you can have that giant 10-person shower, honey, okay, and have a good time using it too. But let's have a bathtub for the people in the back, okay? They want to have a bath. They deserve to have it. So let's have bathtubs and bathrooms. Listen, honey, you and I have to have a conversation. I'm sitting here filming this video for you right now, looking around your space, and I'm realizing you need to check out this video right here, all about interior design trends that are never coming back. And I will see you over there.